I'm Barbara Dacey at the Cisco Ottawa Bluesfest, and I'm standing with the Eli Paperboy Reed, who just played on the Bank of America stage. How'd you feel about the set?
Oh, good. It was great.
Yeah.
Real good times.
Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, it seems like you really have a blast up there.
Definitely. When the crowd's feeling it, you can't help but have a good time,
Yeah, I kind of felt it throughout the set that it was just the whole feeling was growing as you were warming up and the crowd was warming up. And it seems like you do a lot to make that happen.
Yeah, I like to engage everybody. The band likes to have a little back and forth with the crowd. It's fun to do that. It's good times.
A lot of fun. So you've just released a new album called Roll With Me, Roll With You?
Roll with you.
Yeah, and that's just getting out, produced by a Boston record company, Q Division. It was great to talk to your folks there, and they seem very excited about this project, and sounds great. So what are your plans? You're going to be touring behind the record.
Yeah, we're actually in 2 days off to Europe for 3 weeks of touring over there, and then come back and a little time off to rehearse and work on some new stuff, but then just back on the road in the fall, and hopefully just push and try to move the record as much as possible. That's the plan.
Yeah. So you're from the Boston area, from Brookline originally, and then you spent some time in Mississippi and in Chicago. Did you feel like you kind of had to get out of town a little bit to explore and see what was going on in those different places?
Yeah, it was mostly just kind of the desire to just move out of Boston and get out of just do some different things. I lived in Mississippi for a while, and then I went to college in Chicago and moved back to Boston. And since I live in New York now, but I like seeing different parts of the country. That's the fun thing about touring. Get to see the rest of the country and experience that. It's really good times.
And it seems like people of all ages kind of can really get into your show and your music. Is that kind of on purpose? You feel that? I mean, you're very young yourself, obviously, and but the music that you do really is steeped in real histories, the soul and R&B, of a former time, really. But you're making it your own.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really exciting to me when I see people from my age or younger, and then people in their 40s, 50s, 60s coming up and say how much they enjoy the show. People who are older might have a different context than the people who are younger, but it works just the same for everybody, and that means a lot to me. Because this is just what I want to be doing. It wasn't calculated to be overarching. Yeah.
So is it must be sort of an interesting kind of process to incorporate the sounds of the kind of classic soul sound into and write lyrics and in that style. I always have been fascinated by that.
Well, this is just kind of the music that I came up with, and kind of it's just like I'm a product of my influences to a degree, and like any band, you know what I mean? It's just my influences happen to be very different, and so in my songwriting comes out Sam Cooke and Wilson Pickett and Ovi Wright or Syl Johnson or whoever, but it's just the same. It's just because that's kind of what I grew up with, Well,
great. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Best of luck with the new album on Q Division, Roll With You, and it was great to spend some time with you.
Thank you very much.
Barbara Dacey and the Eli Paperboy Reed at the Cisco Ottawa Bluesfest for mvyradio.com.